got a date with destiny. My heart says yeah, but can't convince the rest of me.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you've been rocking with us for a while, I appreciate you. But today, I'm going to talk about the supplements that I take, why I take them, and what they're good for. So for starters, I want to tell you guys two things. Number one, supplements aren't magic pills, they're not magic potions, they're not anything substantial that's going to help you a significant amount unless you're using obviously anabolics or stuff like that. But for just the supplements that I'm going to show you today, they're not meant for anything but to aid in your journey. So obviously sleep, your water intake, your food intake, how you're training, how often, etc., is going to play a vital role in your gains. These things are just meant to aid in that journey. Number two, you don't need supplements. So, you know, protein powder is great to substitute for actual food, but if you don't have the money or if you just don't like supplements for your own personal reasons, that's fine. You don't need them by any means. But like I talked about earlier, they're literally just to aid in your journey. So let's get started. For starters, Citrulline. Okay, so Citrulline. I actually found, I was looking online for a while and I found this company called Next Gen Performance. Okay, and what I did was I was looking for pharmaceutical grade supplements because number one, you can buy them in bulk. So I bought this 100-gram little serving because I didn't know if the company was legit. You know, there's a lot of scams out there on the internet, so I ordered this and it actually came in. So this is out. So I ordered 1,000 grams. So basically Citrulline is a vasodilator, and what that means is that it's going to expand your blood cells while you're training. So if you notice, I don't know if this thing's going to focus, but it says, let me do it, cardiovascular health. So it says cardiovascular health because it is like an NO2 product, an NO3 product. It's meant to help your pumps in the gym. And one thing that I've actually noticed with Citrulline is that it has helped my recovery time tremendously. So what I do is I mix 6 grams of this with 5 grams of creatine, which I will talk about in a second. But I mix 6 grams of Citrulline with 5 grams of creatine, and I take that pre. And then for during, I mix 4 grams of Citrulline with these aminos, which I'll also talk about in a second. But Citrulline is great for getting better pumps in the gym. It's great for recovery. Personally, it's helped me a lot. And Citrulline actually turns into arginine. So arginine is another form of, or another supplement that is also a vasodilator. But Citrulline has been found to be better if you take it. So Citrulline gets transformed into arginine and it does the same thing, but there's been studies showing that Citrulline is better. So personally, I was looking for pharmaceutical grade because you can buy in bulk for cheap. 1,000 grams was actually $30, so this is probably 3.5, 4 months supply, and it's obviously gonna last me a long time. So Citrulline, vasodilator, great for pumps, and it's helped me with my recovery. So once again, 10 grams of that, 6 with this pre-workout, and then 4 with aminos during. Obviously you can start lower, that's up to your discretion. I would start with no lower than 6. So if you want to do 3 and 3, if you just want to do 6 before, it's really up to you, but me personally, I take 10. Creatine monohydrate. So creatine monohydrate helps replenish ATP. ATP is your energy. So basically you have three little adenosine triphosphate, right? So you have 3 phosphates, okay? Once you use ATP, once you use that energy source, 1 phosphate leaves, right? So in order to replenish this guy, is what creatine is for. So people tend to say that creatine is bad for you, that it's gonna destroy your kidneys, that if it's a steroid. I've heard that. When I was in high school, actually, there was a bunch of kids that were like, "Oh man, creatine's the next steroid, bro. I can't believe you're taking that, blah blah blah." But you know, obviously, being educated on what you take, why you take it, and what it's good for is number one a lifesaver, because you know what you're putting in your body, and you know what is gonna happen once you put it into your body. So with this, I take 5 grams. I take 5 grams on off season, but when I'm prepping for a competition, like 8 to 10 weeks out, I'll bump it up to 10. So I mix 5 grams of this and then 6 grams of Citrulline pre-workout. For now, I'm on off season, so I'm only on 5 grams. And obviously, drink your water with this. It is a water-based supplement, so no. Personally, I don't get bloated off of creatine, or like my muscles look weird, I don't know. But with this one, I got actually at Vitamin Shop. So it's 100% monohydrate and it's 2.4 pounds. So I think this was $30 as well. So a lot of creatine, buy it in bulk. There's tons of other ones out there, but me personally, creatine is creatine. Buy it, use it, put it to use. Yeah, so once again, replenishes ATP, so it's good for energy. That's why I take it pre, because since it does replenish the 3rd phosphate, it's good to be loaded up on it, because when you're training, you obviously lose energy. So to replace it, that's what creatine is for. Now, aminos. I take, let me focus this thing. PE Science aminos. So actually, I just started taking these because Amanda Bucci takes these, and Jeff Nippard actually, I believe, is sponsored by PE Science as well. So I was watching both of them, and I went and I bought this. And the reason that I like this one is because it has a 5:1:1 ratio. So you're gonna find that BCAAs usually have 2:1:1, 3:1:1, etc., etc. This is actually a 5:1:1, and it has 5 grams of leucine. Leucine is actually has been shown to prevent you going into a catabolic state. So if you notice, a lot of people take BCAAs when they are actually dieting. The reason being is because when you're dieting, you're in a calorie surplus, which means your body has to adapt, number one, and when you don't have a sufficient amount of calories to support your everyday life, to support your training, to support all the cardio you're doing, your muscle mass actually tends to suffer for that. And leucine has actually been has been found to help with aiding in keeping as much muscle as possible in a cut. Or I personally like to take these all the time, number one, because I mix 1 serving, which is 2 scoops, with 1 gallon of water, and I drink that per day throughout the day. It makes water taste a lot better. If you're a person that doesn't like water plain, I don't know, there's people like that. I really don't mind water plain. I actually prefer it, but this adds a nice little flavor, and obviously for the benefits of the leucine. So 5 grams of leucine and then 3 grams of amino ancillary blend. So taurine, threonine, lysine, valine, isoleucine, phenylalanine, histidine, and methionine. So this is a great supplement, and actually PE Science is excuse me, PE Science is a great company. They have tremendous athletes, but they also have top of the line products. So if you have not checked out PE Science, check them out. They're a fantastic company, and their products are top of the line. So muscle, like keeping your muscle, is what this helps for. You can put it in water if you don't like plain water, and with this I just do 1 serving per day. People do 2 to 3 servings. Personally, so for this is 2 little scoops of this is 1 serving, and I just do 1 per day. So there's that. protein. Okay, so I just got this Synthesix. It's not the Edge, but the Synthesix protein by BSN. Personally, I really enjoy this. Number one, because of the flavor. There's a lot of people that say, oh, well, if you're gonna take supplements, then take it for what it's gonna do, not for what it tastes like. I agree. I completely agree. But I also am in this for the long run, and I don't want to categorize all protein as being shitty tasting. This actually has a tremendous taste to it, and the macros on it for one scoop are 200 calories, 6 grams of fat, 15 grams of carbs, and 22 grams of protein. So it does have 15 grams of carbs, which helps. It helps replenish a little bit of the glycogen you lost, but obviously post-workout you still want to get some sort of carb in there, once again, to replenish the glycogen that you lost. But once again, I have the vanilla ice cream flavor, and it tastes phenomenal. Some other flavors that I've tried is sugar cookie. That one was really good. The chocolate something was really good as well. And I believe I tried the cookies and cream. I don't remember. I got a bunch of samples from the Olympia, and there was a bunch of these in there, so I decided to go and buy it. Before this, I was doing the dimetized protein. Jesus. The dimetized protein. Another great protein, but obviously I do 1 scoop post-workout, and that's pretty much it. Protein you obviously don't need. You can supplement that with, you know, chicken, steak. You can supplement it with fish. You can supplement it with any other protein. You don't need the powder. For me, it's just convenient. Always on the go, so taking a scoop of that with me helps me out a lot, and just for post-workout convenience, pretty much. But other than that, that's about it for protein. Pre-workout. Now, I have not taken pre-workout in, I would say, probably about 2 months. So, reason being, I've just been feeling really good. I haven't felt the need for it, and I'm not the type of person to take something if I don't need it. I think you should learn to do things without relying on, obviously, like your equipment, supplements, stuff like that, because those things are there to just aid you, like I talked about earlier. But my top 2 pre-workouts, okay? So number 1 would be Shatter. Let me see. Shatter. Okay, so Shatter, when I first started lifting, was actually the first properly dosed pre-workout that I tried, and from there, fell in love with it. Everything else was pretty much shit. After that, let me read you the macros on this real quick. So 1 scoop has, God damn, sorry, 15 calories. So beta alanine, it has 1200 milligrams. So 1000 milligrams equals 1 gram. So this only has 1.2. Not very much. If you don't know, beta alanine is the stuff that makes you itchy. It makes you feel all amped up. It has 160 milligrams of caffeine. So not too high, but like I talked about earlier, this was the first properly dosed pre-workout that I actually took when I first started lifting. So other than that, it just has adenosine 5 triphosphate. It has fragrance extract, which is nutmeg, and then a bunch of other things, but, well, not a bunch. But I like this because it's properly dosed. I like this because the scoop is actually pretty small. It's not overly big like a lot of them. And I don't mix my pre-workout with water. I just dome it, because if I mix it with water, it just sits there. I won't drink it. So there's that one. And then number 2 is Jason Huh's pre-workout. So the reason that I like, honestly, this is my number 1. So Steel Amped AF, amped as fuck, is number 1, and then Shatter is number 2. So the reason that I liked Amped is because, once again, it is properly dosed. So let me read you this label. So 4 grams of citrulline. So this already has citrulline in it. Back again, vasodilator, great for pumps, good for my recovery. Personally, it has 3.2 grams of beta alanine. So opposed to 1.6 in this one has 3.2. And then it has 2.5 grams of betaine anhydrous. Okay, so the last ingredient on here is actually used, well, there's studies done on it, and it's for athletes. It helps with strength, it helps with a little bit of endurance, and it's supposed to help with athletic performance overall. And I actually got introduced to this at the Olympia, or the Arnold, one of those two. But regardless, Jason Hutt has a fantastic line of products as well. If you have not looked at all the other products that he has, this is only the pre-workout. It is pricey. It's $55 for one container, and one container has 30 servings. So not the cheapest, but it definitely is properly dosed, and a lot of people actually only take half a scoop. So me, I just take one full scoop to the dome. But those are my top 2 pre-workouts. Obviously, pre-workout you use before the gym, you use before you train. It's good for energy, good for pumps. No. Okay. Now for vitamins. Okay, so fish oil. I got this one from Sam's Club. And fish oil is great for anti-inflammation. So obviously after you train, everything's inflamed, and especially me as a power lifter, my joints tend to get really achy. So this is great for that. I got this from Sam's Club. Pretty cheap. It has 150 soft gels, and the serving size is 1. So there's that. I got Move Free Joint Health right here. I actually got this one from Sam's Club as well. And the serving size is 2 tablets on this. So it has 1.5 grams of glucosamine, which is shown to help with joint support. It has chondroitin, 200 milligrams, joint fluid, which is hyaluronic acid, 3.3 milligrams. Hyaluronic acid and MSM, I believe, are 2 other ones that help with joint support a lot, and they're actually higher ranked than glucosamine is. But this is 170 coated gels, and 2 is the serving size. And then this is from Vitamin Shop. It's just a multivitamin. Just your basic multivitamin. It's a pill. I don't like the gummy ones because they tend to just be filled with unnecessary sugar, flavored, or they're not dosed high enough. So I prefer these ones. But that is why I take, what it is good for, and what it has helped me personally. So all those vitamins, I went over the pre-workouts, aminos. Oh, for the aminos, right now I have the watermelon flavor. It doesn't taste bad, but I do definitely like the kiwi, strawberry, pineapple one. Hands down the best flavor they have. So if you go and buy this, check that flavor out. But the watermelon's good as well. Creatine, talk about that. Citrulline, and then protein. So I don't take very much. It does seem like a lot, but just protein, citrulline, creatine, and then that's pretty much it. My pre-workout, sometimes I haven't been using it as much, and then my vitamins every day. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something new. And once again, check out this website. So you can buy in bulk, and it is high quality stuff. It's pharmaceutical grade, so obviously it's properly dosed. nextgenperformance.com. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something new. And if you want to try any of these, feel free to go out, buy them. Tell me what you think about them. I will be doing some supplement reviews in the future. But this is what I take right now. But other than that, thank you for watching these videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.